According to the Gospel of John, Jesus' final words on the cross were, "It is finished." The pronoun "it," which is the subject of this statement, has sparked much debate. What exactly did Jesus mean by "it"? Surely, it wasn't fully completed if the resurrection was still necessary for the fulfillment of redemption. To unravel this mystery, we must look at the ancient Jewish tradition of the Passover meal, where 4 cups of wine are consumed. Jesus, like every other Jew of his time, would have observed the Passover with these 4 cups. The first cup, the cup of sanctification, represents the setting apart of the Jewish people from slavery. The second, the cup of deliverance, symbolizes God's judgment of the Egyptians and Israel's freedom from bondage. The Gospels pick up after the apostles had drunk the second cup, and Jesus shares the third cup, known as the cup of blessing. We know this because in the Jewish custom, the third cup is followed by the singing of the Hallel, the Psalms of Praise, which is exactly what the disciples did next. The Gospels emphasize that the apostles followed this ritual faithfully. After the third cup, which Jesus refers to as the blood of the new covenant, and the hymn, they proceed to the Mount of Olives. Traditionally, this is when bitter herbs would be eaten to remember the bitterness of slavery in Egypt. In keeping with the Passover imagery, Jesus faces the bitterness of betrayal in the Garden of Gethsemane. The Synoptic Gospels tell us that shortly after his arrest, Jesus prays, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." In the context of the Passover meal, this 4th cup is the cup of consummation, which completes the ritual. Knowing well what awaits him, Jesus doesn't drink this final cup until the next day, when, on the cross, he says, "I thirst," and is given sour wine. John highlights the significance of this moment, noting that the wine was offered on a hyssop branch, the same type used during the original Passover to apply the lamb's blood. In that moment, it was finished. The Passover meal was consummated. John, along with the other evangelists, carefully record the clear parallels between the Passover meal and Jesus' passion, to ensure that the meaning of his sacrifice and the fulfillment of the new covenant are unmistakable.